Before we get started, I want to point out that I had planned to give you a special on the 1 year anniversary of the riot attacks that happened a year ago. We'll give you that on Monday, and then a bit later on, the latest, and later on in this broadcast, we're gonna have the very latest on Ethan Crumley's trial. What was the plea bargain for the parents and for Ethan? We'll tell you later in this broadcast. But first, how would you react when your daughter says, "I'm pregnant"? I'll tell you, teen pregnancy is big. The biggest rule ever. It's like I mean, angry, disappointed, upset, angry, upset, disappointed, etc. It's okay to feel shocked, but a little skit will come into mind. So, here is Rob from the channel Blood Blitz on the channel link in the description below. Take a look.
Dad, I have something to tell you.
Yes, what is it, my angel?
I got pregnant.
I find this funny.
I'm pregnant.
It's called gym membership, fatty.
I got pregnant.
Now, how is that possible when you're ugly?
I got knocked up. I get pregnant.
Go talk to your mom about it.
But Mom's dead.
How?
You ran over her with the truck.
Really? Now, why would I do such a thing? Oh, yes. It was right when she told me she got pregnant again. You were saying?
I got knocked up.
Did you post on Facebook yet? Hashtag YOLO?
I get pregnant.
You little insignificant swine. You know that, right? You're a damn zebra in the barn, hopping all over the place. Whatever you want, the little from the
I'm pregnant.
Really? Honey, call on TV, quick! Let's get her on one of those shows for some money!
And Boz over there commented the same thing. Really? Honey, go on TV quick. Let's get one of those shows away because we're dirt poor. That is freaking funny right there. Yeah, let's continue.
I got pregnant. I got pregnant. I got pregnant.
Are you kidding me?
I know. I'm sorry.
They canceled my pre-order of Grand Theft Auto 5.
I get pregnant.
Should have read the disclaimer on Snapchat. Be that you're not the only one in the damn world. Who do you think you are, Lindsay Lohan? Like 4 damn movies and popped up on can of drugs, and now you think you can do the same thing, you little.
I got pregnant.
I thought you were a man.
I got pregnant. I got knocked up. I got pregnant.
Time to get the plunger.
What?
What? The total's backed up.
Oh, my
I
God.
got pregnant.
I think he makes it the same. I'll be right back.
I got knocked up.
I can't believe I have a horse.
Call your daughter a whore. That was the best reaction skit ever. Now a very viral video that was really funny to me. A man's hilarious reaction to the pregnancy test. This was on Steve Harvey years ago, so take a look.
It's a touchdown, football fan.
So I think this is a great way to let out some funny. So let's take a look.
Let's see how loud we got to be.
Do me a favor. Hand me my tea right there on the thing. I forgot it. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad.
From Cyborg up the physical strength of Kunin Skaya.
Where my tea at?
Lift her up.
You got that from a joke store?
Drugstore?
You get it from a joke store?
Drugstore?
Did you get it from a joke store?
No.
Wait, did you, what, you got a blue marker? You got a blue marker? You got a blue marker? You got a blue marker, where's that? You fix this. Fix it! Jesus, fix it, turn.
Really? Really?
Bang,
Really?
bang, is this real?
Yes.
I thought your AT was here.
No.
What the hell?
Really?
Wait. Oh, Lord, my chest. My chest. Man, is you serious? Did you do this with a marker?
Yeah, I did that with a marker.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it with a marker.
Oh, man.
Why I ain't do that with a damn
Oh,
marker?
you serious? You serious?
Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah.
Baby, we can't be doing it. I'm not doing it no more. I'm done. Don't ask me for nothing. No. Don't wake me up. No.
Boy, you got me choking.
I'm sleeping with Long Johns on. From now on. Man, is you serious?
Yeah.
Where did you get this from? Did you borrow somebody's pregnancy test?
Really? You loud.
Babe.
Babe.
Man, what we gonna do?
What you mean? What we gonna do? We gonna do the same thing we did for the last 3.
Oh, baby, Lord, diapers.
Really? Babe.
You joking?
No, I'm not.
Oh, Lord, she's serious. Oh, my side. Oh, my side hurt. Oh, my God, my side.
What's wrong with you? You sure it ain't reversed?
Okay, so they do have a line on this side saying not pregnant.
No. That is not for that. Do you see that?
Oh, Lord, they got a cross. Oh, I see the cross. I see it. God damn, the plus sign. We about to add.
So, well, in the end, he said he was pranking. Probably went to the signs. In the future show, we're going to give you the many reasons why dads say, that's not my baby. And you might not be surprised why people go to Maury for this. We're going to have COVID cases when we return, and you might not like it. And then later on, the latest developments on Ethan Crumbley and his parents. We'll bring it back. Going into COVID now, we have 68,553 cases in Nueces County with over 1,300 deaths. 4.95 million in the state of Texas with 76,676 deaths. 1.3 million tests have been taken. Over 300, almost at 350,000 tests, positive tests have been taken with 26.5%. Hospitalization is 7-day average. 113,000 people have been hospitalized and 20,000 people in ICU. 57.3% are still fully vaccinated, while 67.5% have had at least one dose. That's a total of 19.5 million, 16.6 million fully vaccinated, and people who have one dose. How about our local schools? Well, they're not doing so good. They're double digits. How about for today? Let's find out. What? They're at 9? 5 for junior high? 3 for intermediate students? 3 for elementary? 1 for ECC? And thank goodness not for transportation. None for elementary. None for elementary staff and primary. Whew. Thank goodness. That's about 42 cases throughout this month. But we need to make sure that we're doing our part. I always tell people, very important. You have COVID, get yourself the vaccine. If you have, and also stay home. Like, there's many people out there that got COVID and say, hey, let's go to McDonald's or something like that. No, you are to stay home. Stay home. Follow the CDC's demand and say, you know what? I need to stay home. I can't go anywhere. Period. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Stay home. Period. That's that. Stay home. Otherwise, masks, very important. Hand washing, very, very important. Hot water, 110 degrees, with soap. Kill germs, 20 seconds. Also, social distance, 6 feet or more. If you ride the bus, same thing. If you're under 2, no masks. If you have a medical condition, what you need to do is to make sure you let them know beforehand when you're riding a bus or something. And they say to put on the mask, but they'll help you out. Just try to understand, we need to fight this thing, and we're in this together no matter what. And I'm going to be there every step of the way. When we come back, more Give Me a Break. Is breakfast really a battle? Is breakfast really a battle issue with your kids? Fighting over what they want or trying to get ready? Sound prominent? What if I told you there was a way to end all those breakfast fights? I think I might have told you about this. If I did, please remind me. But I'm telling you again what if we told you there was a way for your kids to experience breakfast by giving them what they want? What happened to additional bacon, eggs, sausage, pancakes, toast, toaster strudels, French toast, any type of breakfast? You got like shortcake, you can have shortcake, you can have spaghetti, you can have pizza, you can have tortellini, macaroni and cheese. Gummy bears for breakfast? I mean, look at the food groups. I mean, you get yourself your dairy, your protein, your grains. And the vegetables, being strawberry shortcake's a dessert. Not breakfast. I mean, what's next? Ice cream? I mean, it does contain as much sugar and fats and calcium, which your body needs. But if you're really concerned about your child's eating habits, visit your pediatrician or a licensed dietitian. There was a segment on Dateline that was uploaded, but it was blocked because I don't know why. It was probably because of stuff. But I was gonna trim it out for the breakfast part, but I don't have any of the editing skills. And if I did, I would play you that breakfast episode. But if you want to see that, I'll provide a link in the description below. So y'all can know what I'm talking about. Because we have to end these battles and these fights with our children about what they want for breakfast. But after all, it's the most important meal of the day. Oh, yes, it is. There were statistics. When it comes to teenagers, statistics show they may not consider breakfast the most important meal of the day. 60% of high school students skip breakfast each morning. 14% of them do not eat the meal most important of the day or this week. And almost 32% of pupils skip breakfast before school. There are studies out there. And students who do go home, you lose 2 hours of productivity. There is research out there. An Ohio State University study found that 15.2% of adults skip breakfast. People who do not eat breakfast missing out on the key nutrients such as calcium, vitamin C. They are found in notified breakfast foods like yogurt, milk, and cereal. Is it okay to skip breakfast? Well, probably yes, because you're missing out on the key nutrients. Vitamin C and calcium. Those are the two most important things you need for your day. Calcium and vitamin C. Yogurt, milk, orange juice, cereal. That's why these commercials are telling you, part of this nutritious breakfast, you got your cereal, you got your fruit, you got everything, you got your nutrients. If you don't get your nutrients, you're going to basically go grouchy all day because you did not have breakfast. It's very important for you not to skip breakfast every day. You can have brunch, which counts as breakfast and lunch. But I'm part of that 15.2%. There's also a lot of research. And there's evidence. But is it bad for your heart? By 1988, 2011, they found that 60% said they ate breakfast either never or rarely. That's like 16%. But for race, 19%. Study found that 87% of deaths died of heart events like heart attack or stroke. So again, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Without breakfast, you're going to go off to a bad start. That's why it's very important. If you don't get yourself a good breakfast, you're going to be off to a terrible start. And that can mean a lot for you, your kids, and your family. So yeah, it's very important. Moving on to subjects now. Today was the day in court for Ethan and his parents. Now, in case you don't remember, let me give you a rundown. November 30th was the day that Ethan Crumbley started the shooting. There were evidence that suggests that he got the gun from his parents. He stole the gun from his parents. The parents got him the gun. He used it without parents' consent and the parents forgot to lock it up. One was arrested for murder. 2 of them were arrested on charges. But there is new information today. There is new evidence that presented in court over the shooting case. So let's look at that evidence.
Waking up is hard to do, but your old habits have got to go. Fall for a routine you'll really love.
Take a look.
All right, thank you, Megan. Tonight, there are multiple new developments in the Oxford school shooting case as both the suspected shooter and his parents made appearances today in court.
So let's start with Ethan Crumbley. Today, he waived his right to a preliminary hearing. That means his case now goes straight to trial. He's facing 24 separate charges, And a short time later, his parents, James and Jennifer Crumbly, were in court requesting a lower bond. That request was denied by the judge and will stay at $500,000 each. Defender Sean Lay is following both hearings tonight. He joins us now with new information coming to light in court today. Sean, good evening.
Kimberly, Sandra, that new information absolutely breathtaking, unveiled by prosecutors here in court today, including some of these elements that prosecutors say that Ethan Crumbly would allegedly text his mother that he believed there were demons and ghosts in their home. They apparently found animal torture videos they say Ethan Crumbly made on his phone, and also made Molotov cocktails as well. That's just scratching the surface of some of the new details unveiled today.
A second notebook found, not hidden, but in plain view in the family home, depicted pictures of firearms on literally every page.
Jennifer and James Crumbly each charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter for alleged gross negligence that prosecutors say led to the November shooting that took the lives of Tate Meir, Hannah St. Juliana, Justin Schilling, and Madison Baldwin. Prosecutors saying Ethan often sent texts to his mother saying a demon was in their home. Ethan making videos of himself torturing animals, was obsessed with Nazi symbols, and guns in the home, prosecutors say, were not locked up.
And we know that because there was a video recovered from Ethan Crumbly's phone from August of 2021 with him holding James Crumbly's .22 caliber Keltec pistol in one hand, bullets in the magazine around in the chamber. He sent messages to a friend, "It's time to shoot at the school, JK, JK, JK. And again, they failed to provide any type of intervention. Instead, they bought him what he desperately wanted, a 9mm Sig Sauer handgun. All this was happening while Ethan Crumbly is planning to commit a mass murder. He wrote pages and pages about what he was going to do in his journal. He filmed a video of himself talking about what he was going to do. He shot that video at the family home. He stopped doing schoolwork and was surprised when his parents didn't seem to notice or care."
Back here live, so much more to share with you at 6 o'clock, including Karen McDonald, the Oakland County prosecutor, her argument not to lower the bond, that the Crumbleys were found when they were arrested, when they were charged with 4 new cell phones and $6,600. That's just scratching the surface. Also at 6, the parents agitated and animated in court. We'll show you what that looks like at 6 o'clock, Kimberly.
So much coming to light today in court, Sean. I know prosecutors also, they highlighted Ethan Crumbly's internet searches. Talk a little bit about what stands out about those searches.
Prosecutors looked into those searches, saying that Ethan Crumbly searched, allegedly, school shootings and firearms so often that the internet started feeding him ads into his phone and internet searches for mental health care and for firearms purchases.
Yeah. More at 6. Sean, we appreciate it.
And there's probably more developments in this case. There was a full hearing about that. I'm not going to play it for you. As soon as we know so far, they're in separate courts. Their bond was denied, so now it's staying at $500,000. But still, he knew what he did was wrong. And because of that, there's a lot more school threats. And I've been looking at school threats all around. Even ones about threatening teachers. And even just today, South Lawn High School student charged for a Snapchat threat saying, "Time for Columbine Part 2. A 15-year-old boy is charged juvenile prison with threatening school violence. This was a kid on Snapchat. He's scheduled to return to court on January 19th, and we'll bring you the very latest case. Now, just 12 hours ago, a juvenile was arrested for threats made to Montrose Springs School District. They did a juvenile on Bellisco first week of January 2022. There are more threats. We need to live in a world we don't make threats. I mean, you want to make threats? It's your choice to make. But when you choose the behavior, you choose the consequences, and you're the one that decided to say, "Oh, I'm going to go make a school threat because I think I want to get everyone out of school." That's not right. Can't do that. That's why there's security's up this year to make sure that it doesn't happen again. I'll be back in a moment. I told you on a few days ago that Game Maker's going 5 days a week. We're not gonna be on 5 days a week. I told you I'm gonna start putting more content, but it really all depends on my schedule. Okay. So we're gonna go back to 4 days a week. We're gonna start doing Monday. All next week we're gonna start doing 5 days a week. See how it will turn out. So all next week we're gonna do 5 days a week, and then we're gonna go back to 4 days a week to see how it goes. Because I really want to start pumping out more content for you guys for this channel. Thank you guys for we're almost at 1.15 million, almost 1.115 subscribers. It really is the best. I do have more Dateline coming up. With Mike, he would never do that. And also coming next week on the show, which is gonna be on Monday or Saturday, we're gonna talk about who you can adopt a child. This was from a Dateline story that I uploaded years ago called "The Ties That Bind." A story about parents who adopted their children, but the agency failed to release details because the parents didn't ask. If you want to see that story, the link will be in the description below. So I recommend you watch that story before you watch we watch next week's episode. Because we're gonna have entire half hour dedicated about adopting kids and what you can do to help and what you can do to learn about more information. Because we need to make sure this doesn't happen. So let's try to be safe. And make sure we adopt the right kids that don't abuse their kid. They don't abuse their foster parents. Or being adoptive parents. That's all of this dish to Give Me a Break Friday. We'll see you again tomorrow for Give Me a Break Saturday night. We'll see for a special Give Me a Break Saturday on the 1 year anniversary of the riot in DC. DC riot 1 day later. Give Me a Break special coming up on Saturday. And follow us here at YouTube. Have a good night.